There's always been a certain level of teamwork or a certain level of cooperation between law enforcement, the courts, and DMV. I think our mission now is to improve that level of cooperation and work together more effectively. In terms of having a record of traffic safety that compares favorably to other states in the United States and other countries, really California is doing an excellent job. The point is we can do a better job. And we're going to have to do a better job to handle the increased traffic. We cannot achieve traffic safety without effective teamwork between local law enforcement, the courts, and DMV.
Well, time to check the mail to see if I'm still a legal driver. I can't believe I didn't see the cop car when I made that U-turn on the freeway. That's the 4th ticket in 3 months. My driving days are numbered. I told my folks I joined a CD club so they wouldn't get suspicious about checking the mail so often. If they see this letter from the DMV, I'm dead. Uh-oh, here it is, and it's got my name on it. I'm glad I got here first. If my dad doesn't see this, I can still drive to the lake this weekend. What? This is just a warning. But they told me 4 tickets means bye-bye license. What the? There's only 3 tickets here. The one I got more than a month ago isn't even here. Huh, I guess maybe that one doesn't count. Cool. I can still drive. It's party time tonight. I just gotta keep my eye out for those cop cars.
In addition to the other things that you gentlemen need to be aware of, we've had a request from the courts that you take a little more time in preparing your citations. When citations are not legible, then the violation does not get recorded to the proper driver. It goes in what DMV calls the X file. DMV currently has an excess of 2 million violations that they cannot properly record to a driver's record. So you're being asked to take a little extra time with your tickets. Make sure that the violation section, the driver's license number, and the other pertinent information is legible enough so that it gets routed to the proper party.
Well, Jack, you blew it. And this time the cop was in plain sight. What was I thinking of? Think quick. There's got to be a way to keep this off my record.
Good morning, sir. The reason I stopped you is that you ran a stop sign back there. I'm going to need to see your driver's license and your registration, please.
Well, I've heard this speech before. I know. I'll tell him I left my license at home and then give him my nickname instead of my real name. Even if he looks up my record, it's not like I'm lying.
All right, I'll be right back.
I hope this works. As long as he doesn't look up my record. God, I hope I don't get into trouble for this.
13L, go ahead.
Subject's first name is Jack, middle name of Adam, last name Hendrickson. Mr. Hendrickson, according to the Department of Motor Vehicles computer file, sir, there is no driver's license with that name and date of birth. What is your true name, sir?
Damn, I had to tell him my real name. Now my only hope is he screws up the ticket. Fat chance. Man, I'm in trouble now. Well, looks like I'm going to be checking the mail for more CDs.
Kathy, I can't get a match on this person's driver's license number, and if I have to check it, I have to go all the way out of the system. Could you check it for me?
Okay, I'll try it by the name and date of birth. Oh, they left one of the numbers off.
Thank you. That was easy. Kathy, I can't read the violation on this citation. Can you read it?
I can't read it either.
I'll just send it back to the highway patrol and have them check it out.
Qualls, you're 107. Anaya will be 20. Walker Norman, 21. Okay, if there's no further questions, that'll take care of briefing. Be careful as you go to the beat. Bob, I need to see you on this citation. Back about a month ago, you wrote this citation to this white Ford Escort.
A month ago, I've written a lot of tickets in a month.
Yeah, but we can't make out what the violation is. Do you recall?
No, not really. I can't even read it myself. No, I'm not going to be able to help you.
Okay, well, then in that case, go ahead and write a memo to the area requesting that the citation be dismissed, and take a little more time on future citations so that we can discern what the violation is.
Okay?
Hi, I'm here to pay my fine.
Okay. That'll be $159.
$159? How come so much?
Well, you have 2 priors on your record. You have one in Contra Costa County 2 months ago and one in Ventura last week.
How would you know that?
Well, we're on direct line with DMV, and all your tickets get reported right away.
There you go. Yeah, I received a ticket about a month ago. How come that one didn't show up?
Well, you probably got it in a county that's not online, and it takes forever for those paper documents to get on your record.
Okay.
But you should be lucky because it would have been a lot more expensive.
Okay.
Let me get your receipt.
Thank you.
Off to DMV.
Reporting online to DMV is just this simple. Online reporting of adjudicated actions by the courts to DMV will be the way of the future for the California judicial system. We hear from the courts that are online now, and they tell us that this process is easy and profitable. The online process allows the courts statewide access of priors instantaneously. This will allow the courts to more accurately project the most current bail due for the violation. It will also allow the court officers as well as the judges on the bench to immediately access the most current information from the record while the defendant is present. Other than online, there are 2 other ways you can report to DMV. One is the magnetic tape reporting process, and 2 is the dreaded hard copy paper document. Under ideal circumstances, a tape does not spend more than 24 hours in our department. However, if a data error or a physical read problem occurs, the tape may be returned to the court without even being processed. There have been times where tapes of thousands of citations have been lost due to mechanical problems with the tape. Every week, DMV receives 30,000 adjudicated traffic citations in paper form. These include citations sent directly from the courts as well as errors generated by the magnetic tape process. Errors that cannot be matched to an existing driver record on file are updated as X files. These are also known as fictitious driver license files. This means that the person either does not have a California driver license or the information on the original citation was not sufficient or accurate enough to match it to an existing record. More than 500,000 X files are created every year. These citations will not go against the person's driving record at all. Bail will not be enhanced for subsequent tickets, and the person will not be monitored or contacted by the Department of Motor Vehicles Driver Safety Program. Basically, these tickets are freebies. Direct online reporting to DMV by the courts will significantly reduce the number of X files, but the other part of the solution is teamwork. Officers in the field must make every effort to record accurate information as clearly as possible. Check the information the subject gives you against the computer as much as possible. Court officers must carefully transfer information from tickets to the computer. Check DMV records to get a driver license number if a citation comes back, no record. The information you handle is the only way we can keep drunk drivers, reckless drivers, and habitual speeders off our streets.
We're about to print our dear friend Jack a suspension letter. Let's see how this turns out.
The issue for today's hearing is to determine whether or not John Adam Hendrickson is a negligent operator of a motor vehicle due to traffic convictions. Exhibit 1 is a copy of your driving record printout, dated today, showing that you have received 4 negligent operator points within a 12-month period. Exhibit number 2 is a copy of your request for this administrative hearing. And Mr. Hendrickson, prior to receiving the order of suspension, did you receive any warning letters from the department?
Yes.
Okay. What have you done to try to change your driving habits?
Just be more observant, pay more attention, just basically watch what I'm doing.
All right. Well, Mr. Hendrickson, you've acknowledged responsibility for the citations on your driving record. And based upon your testimony and the department's evidence, it appears that the suspension action is appropriate. Do you have anything to add before I make a findings on this matter and render a decision?
Just basically say my car's really important for school, and just going to try to be more observant, and that's about it. It's just really important for school.
Well, Mr. Hendrickson, the department's concern and what's most important is traffic safety, not your need for the driver's license. At this time, it appears that the suspension action is appropriate. The driving record shows that the suspension of your driving privilege has gone into effect as of today. So at this time, it is illegal for you to drive.
The reporting of online adjudicated actions to the Department of Motor Vehicles can be just this simple. Online reported adjudicated actions. Reporting abstracts. We're not reporting abstracts. Stop. Online adjudication of actions to the Department of Motor Vehicles by the courts is a way of the future for some courts, while many courts in the state find it to be a blessing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Reporting adjudicated actions to the Department of Motor Vehicles by the courts is a way of the future for the California judicial system. I screwed that up. Online reporting of adjudicated actions by the department, not by the department. Online reporting of adjudicated actions by the why am I saying the department? We're just about to print our dear friend Jack a letter of suspension. Let's see how this turns out. Damn, I did it again. We're about to print our dear friend Jack a suspension letter. No, we're not.